In 2001, my wife and I found ourselves in the middle of a huge earthquake in India. And what we found is there was this incredible energy about helping people in a time of disaster.
We're so lucky in the world that we live in that we sometimes have no idea that somebody can actually not even have fresh running water.
PHI-Lanthropy is a grassroots organization. This means we don't spend a penny on administration or anything other than ensuring that all the funds raised go directly to the people who need it. This year, when I was reading an article in the Sunday Times, I read about this amazing woman called Norona. And when I read about her story and how she was helping the victims of genocide, in particular the Yezidi people, I wanted to meet with her to see if we could help her through PHI-Lanthropy. Meeting Anne was, well, the closest I can describe was like meeting an angel. Anne has this incredible aura, this positivity, and a true kindness that anyone who meets her will experience instantly.
She's somebody who's working from her heart. She's there on ground level.
It was just very obvious to us that she was the person we wanted to partner with for this year's PHI-Lanthropy fundraising.
My name's Norona. I'm a nurse from Penzance and I founded Yezidi Emergency Support. We call it YES. And this was specifically to help the Yezidis in Sinjar and Kurdistan who have been completely annihilated and tortured and raped and just destroyed by ISIS in their genocide of 2014. On the 3rd of August 2014, ISIS surrounded the Yezidis in every village and town and captured and shot as many as they could get hold of. They killed all of the men above the ages of 16. They made the boys stand there. If they had armpit hair, they would kill them. If they were old, they would kill them. They ripped the women away from the men, and they took them and they put them all into one hotel in Tel Afar, 5,500 girls in one hotel. They divided the girls up into different categories according to how beautiful they were. And then they sold them in the slave markets in the Middle East for very little money. It was just a prize for an ISIS fighter. They just think it's funny to be able to rape a Yezidi. It's as if it's their right. You can even now today buy them back on the dark web. Sometimes they get them out. There are still 3,000 in captivity out of 6,800. Probably once every 2 weeks, one escapes or is brought back. But they have been through this horrendous experience of being raped every day, sold to many, many different fighters. Saudi Arabians, Turks, Syrians, Iraqis, they all buy them. An example of a child that we have helped is Thomas here. He looks like something from Auschwitz. He had been in captivity, kept as a fighter by ISIS, made to fight, and starved almost to death. In fact, many of the children around him did die. And he is one who came out with no support whatsoever. And we were the only ones who were able to go to him and his family and give them a little bit of money. It's not a lot, but that's what we really need, is help for ISIS survivors. There's Faiza. She is standing there in a suicide belt. If her family had not bought her back for she cost about £15,000, then they would have blown her up. And as you can see, it's so traumatic. You can see Faiza there when her mother's seen her for the first time. In fact, it's not her mother, it's an aunt because her mother's in captivity. And you know, it's just so heart-wrenching, and we just desperately need more money to be able to do this. Then there's Kheri, who is another child who was tortured from the age of 18 months every single day. He had his legs broken, his nose broken, his ears were bitten. They stamped on his stomach, they threw him against walls.
Oh, what happened? Look at him. He's bleeding, look.
And that's exactly what the Yezidis are facing every single day of their lives in captivity. 3,000 still in captivity. Where are they? Where are the governments? Where are people who are trying to get these Yezidis out? It's just not good enough. There's not enough pressure put on the Turks, the Syrians, the Saudis, the Iraqis to try to find these poor Yezidis. With the money that we get through your support, we can fund our antenatal clinic and female doctors for all the women on Sinjar Mountain. That costs about £5,000 every month to keep up. It snows for about 2 months a year. It is absolutely freezing. Their tents are almost destroyed. They have nothing. We can build a house for them for £1,000. We can provide education for the children there. We have 120 children going to a school. We could open 4 schools if we had the money easily.
This is Amir, their wonderful teacher, who is just so good with them all. The little ones at the end, so sweet.
I also think it's really important to provide some hope, and we do that by trying to provide sustainable living projects. And all of the people we employ are Yezidi, so they always benefit from whatever we do. I'd like to say to all the people how greatly we appreciate their support and how much support the Yezidis need. The money will go directly to them, so we are so grateful for anything you can give. Thank you so much.